Yeah, absolutely. And look, poster dunk from Cat aside, as you said, the point of the game is to win the game. Joel Embiid won the game in his return from injury. He logged 24 and 8 in 29 minutes of action. Afterward, he shared his thoughts on how he felt when he first got injured. This is great. Take a listen.
Laying on the floor in Washington, honestly, I thought I was done. The pain, how bad it was hurting. I was just, crying and, asking myself, why me? Like, why does it always happen to me? When everything seems to be going well, with the team and myself, something always has to happen. And, I'm glad there wasn't anything bad, and I'm able to, get back on the court and, help the team go on this championship run.
I really appreciated Joel taking us inside like that, his honesty. I just think he always gives us such a great feel for what it's like in the bad, terrible moments and the great, awesome moments. And this was one that started out feeling terrible, but obviously has not been as bad as he feared. What do you think, Chiney, his return to the Sixers really means for that team?
I think it's perfect timing, honestly, because there are about, 20 or so games remaining before the postseason, and this is why stars are coming back now. Joel Embiid, and we already talked about Kevin Durant, not tonight, I think that's what you said earlier, but very soon. This is the time to battle for playoff positioning at the top, especially of the Eastern Conference, because the 76ers, they fought so hard this season to maintain their positioning, and now Joel has an opportunity to see that through. Now, for Joel personally, it wasn't his best shooting night, but because he's still going to have time to get back in rhythm, I think for them to win, for him to not have a great night, it tells you exactly what you need to know about the 76ers. Now, overall, the East is going to be fun. We've got the Sixers, we've got the Nets, we've got the Bucks. And this is a year where Joel played at an MVP level, and the time to make the push is right now. He is unequivocally the go-to player. We saw that based on who was made available in the trade discussions for James Harden. Now, what will he do with it? I think we'll find out down the stretch as he maintains his health.
So Rachel, a lot of people are going to tell you, well, the Sixers were 7-3 without Joel Embiid. Good for them. You go nowhere in the playoffs without Joel Embiid dominating. And what do you want in the playoffs? You want a player that can absolutely dominate. And I always laughed when Daryl Morey went to the Sixers and everybody said, well, Joel Embiid isn't his kind of player. That's nonsense. Yes, he played with threes because he had James Harden. People forget he had Yao Ming. He told me once, is Shaq available? Because if he did, I'd set him up on the post and I'd feed him 20 shots a game. That's what they're going to do in the postseason. And they're number 2 in defensive efficiency, primarily because of Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, 2 of the best defenders in the league. They're a completely different team once he's back. They're a contender once he's back.
Absolutely. And look, Daryl Morey will do what is best statistically optimized for the players he has. That is the answer on how he operates, not just by one certain sort of way of doing things. And Doc Rivers, I think, has been so fantastic for that team in terms of letting everyone be themselves. We've seen that with Ben Simmons. We've talked about it a lot. He's not trying to force Ben to be a three-point shooter or anything he doesn't want to be. But that goes for Joel Embiid, too, that he has really leaned into what Joel is, what Joel wants to be. The success there speaks for itself. I can't wait. Chiney, you're completely right. These East playoffs are going to be juicy.
Yes.
They're going to be good. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.